It's time once again to have a look at another box from the folks over at Old School Crate. You over there, yes you, little boy, you look like somebody who would like to have retro games delivered right to your house every single month. How do you know where I live? Yes, you would like to have, maybe you as well over there, fine little chap. You would like to have retro games delivered to your house every single month. Either of you are interested in retro games, click the link down below. To the rest of the viewing audience, you may watch or join in and get Old School Crate, one of the premier retro gamed boxes delivered to your house, your houses, unless you all live together. I don't know, maybe it'd be like Three's Company. You can have this delivered to your house. I'm going to put the link down below. You can subscribe if you like retro games, Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Game Boy. It's all covered. It's all in here. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to grab a knife. In this case, I've got Old Red here. And we're going to go ahead and cut the tape on the side. There we go. And we're going to cut the tape on the other side. I can assure you I have no idea where you people live. I was just generally throwing it out there that you could have this delivered to your door. It's not to say that I know where you live, but I can tell you one person that knows where you live, and that is the post person. Not postman, post person, because you just post people in general, deliver news and other stuff. Speaking of news, Crate News, you can now edit your subscription account. Also, have set up a store where we'll be selling consoles and other things we find. oldschoolcrate.com/store with an exclamation mark, but the exclamation mark is not necessary for looking this up online. So I'll put that in there. Got some craft paper. We can just kind of be gone with that. It's like a magic trick. I didn't think it was going to end. Let's put it over there, just onto the floor. And the first thing we have to go along with our games is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ooze Action Glow-in-the-Dark series Shredder. How cool is that? We've seen Shredders before. In fact, I actually did review this series. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, go check it out. Not right now. Don't go anywhere just yet, but go check that out afterwards. It comes to us from Kid Robot. There's the back of the package. All four brothers. Very in-depth expressions on their faces. And then there's Splinter and Shredder, covered in slime. Just covered in it. Surprisingly, the brothers look unscathed by slime. It's very cool. I like that. And it's also classic Shredder, which I like the look of that. Just going to remove... Bear with me, bear with me. That's not going to... Okay, it's not going to stand. Be gone with you then. Let's have a look at the games. That's what you're here for. Game number 1 feels like it could be Super Nintendo. And we have Mortal Kombat 2. Nice. I love Mortal Kombat. Don't like Mortal Kombat 1 as much as I like Mortal Kombat 2, because Mortal Kombat 1, Nintendo scaled back the blood. Sega had it. Nintendo didn't. Mortal Kombat 2, though, they said, you know what, we realize the error of our ways. The guy that said in the boardroom, no blood for this game, he's no longer employed. We did things right. We brought back the blood. Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Or the SNES, or SNES, if you'd like to call it that as well. Hold the phone. I have something in the bottom here. I'm going to go to that first, and then I'll come back. We have a comic, The Abyss, from Dark Horse Comics. This is issue 1 of 2. It would be $2.80 here in Canada, with a price point of $2.25 in the US. I didn't even know there was an Abyss comic. Well, I didn't know. I do know now. Nice. I can read that while looking at my Shredder figure. Well, let's have a look at what we got here. This feels like it could be Famicom. Or, no. What is this? This is for a Magic. And I guess that's Atari? That's interesting. This is the original Dracula. Well, not the original. But it's used with Mattel Intellivision System and Sears Super Video Arcade Program. It's dated 1983. That's old. I would have still been alive, which makes me even older. I would have been 5. Everybody can do the math, I think, for themselves. That's pretty cool. I don't truthfully own this, or I don't own the console to play this, but the fact the dated look and the fact that the guy looks like this, it kind of looks like a grown-up kid from the Munsters. He's like, oh. Let's see what else we have in here. A couple more games, of course. This one feels like the Nintendo. Let's see what we got. Oh, by the way, I mention this all the time. I love this craft paper that they use. Love it. Oh boy, Time Lord. Here's a funny story about Time Lord, and I'm sure one Anthony, I won't mention his last name, is not watching this video. But actually in not high school, in public school, I had this game. True story. I had this game, Time Lord. I bought it, full price, with my newspaper route. And Anthony opted to trade me. He said, can I have Time Lord? Can I borrow Time Lord? And in exchange, I would give you The Legend of Zelda 2. Well, I can tell you, I'm sure you already know which game is better of the two games. And it was also tomorrow, the following day. It was his last day at school, ever. And he said, could you return the game? Well, having realized how bad Time Lord was, and having realized how great Legend of Zelda was, I did not meet him up after school deliberately, and I kept the game. Not something I should admit to, but we're all friends here on this channel. A little bit of honesty from time to time doesn't hurt anybody. Well, it hurt Anthony. If he is watching, I do apologize, sir. I know, and I still have, by the way, I still have that Legend of Zelda game to this day. Good times, good times. Deception is never good, but good times overall. This feels like it could be a CD-ROM based game. Anthony, where are you now? This is the PlayStation's Croc, Legend of the Gabos, or Gobos, or Goboos. I don't know. It says G-O-B-B-O-S. That's what it looks like on the back. This is when PlayStation was certainly into, you know, everything was 3D rendered. Some of the games weren't that great. By the way, I wanted to see, yeah, the game is in there. By the way, 1999 was Croc 2. What's the year on this one? This one says, I don't even know. It's 1997. 1997. So I would have been in grade. I was look at a date and then I kind of gauge where I was. I think I would have been in grade 11 or 12 in high school. Makes me really old. And finally, the last game inside. We have the PlayStation 2's release, which feels loose. It was loose. Hopefully it wasn't heavily scratched. No, it seems okay. The PlayStation 2 release of Amazing or regular Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. Or no, Spider-Man 1. The graphics aren't quite like this, but actually I think I played this game once. The game wasn't all that bad. I still think I have my PlayStation... I'm trying to think. I think I still have my PlayStation 2 somewhere. It's certainly not one of those things I go back to on a regular basis. Not as much as the old consoles. But this was a good example that you can see of all the things that you can get inside the old school crate. So let's once again have a look, revisit PlayStation 2's release of Spider-Man, PlayStation 1's release of Croc, Legend of the Gobos, Time Lord, sorry Anthony R, Mortal Kombat 2 for the SNES, Dracula, not to mention we also got ourselves a slimed shredder. I don't know why I had to say slimed. And we also got ourselves Abyss. The Abyss, to be exact. If you guys are interested in getting not only games, but other stuff, you can click the link down below and subscribe to the Old School Crates. Today we're checking out the Old School Crate for... I do believe the wind current is telling me. I think this was the Old School Crate for May. That may or may not be correct. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Deception in public school, trading a game and knowing wholeheartedly that you're never going to meet that guy again and never give him back the game. That was the one and only time I did that. I feel horrible for it. But in some ways, the universe has rewarded me by giving me back the game that I lent the gentleman in exchange for The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, which was much better of a game. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe button now, right now, and join this community. Also, let me know down below if you've had adventures in deception. Maybe that's not something we want to weigh in on, but let me know down below if you've had a chance to have any of these games, or if you've ever traded a game. We'll stick with that one. That seems more fun, lighthearted. If you ever traded a game with somebody and you never gave it back, that still kind of goes back to deception. But nonetheless, guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap the video up on deception. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.